Hey, welcome to another stream of Star Citizen. And we're on the 4.4 live environment, running patch 107.66222, and we've just logged in. We're going to turn that global chat off. Now, we are in the finale of the IAE. It is, I think, day 11, is it? Or day 12 or something like that. In fact, let's have a look. Just bear with me and I'll get the schedule up. It's basically the finale with the best in show and all the other ships that. Well, the best in show was day 10. The finale, I think it's day 12. It must be day 12 now. Tomorrow's day 13, and December the 3rd will be day 14. So it must be day 12. Now we're going to be heading over there. And what's this? Is this a bottle of? Yeah, it's a bottle of flow. So we can make use of that. Where have we got our flow? There we go. And we have gone out of our way to try and be very subjective and objective towards the ships that have been available this year. But I mean, this, as far as ships go, it's been a very, very good year. We've now got the Perseus and the Polaris. We've got the Salvation, which is awesome little ship. Been able to fly quite a few other ships that I haven't really bothered with, such as the Spirit and the Zeus, and the Shiv, the Stinger. All great ships, all really impressive in one way or another, but not all good at everything. You know, we haven't had a... What's that? Is that a Vestal Water? I think it might be. Yeah, we don't want that. I've been really pleased with the ships this year. Not least of all because CIG have been working things out and making the game better, more playable, and it's gone a long way towards making the whole experience more enjoyable. Because nobody likes things when they're broken and not working properly. But when you're being told it's great and it's not, you know, you're scratching your head thinking, well, what's so fucking great about it? You know, there are great things. There are great things that you can look at and experience, but it's a lottery. Most of the time, it's a lottery whether you can succeed. A friend of mine earlier on was talking about the new missions in Nyx and how they can't be completed because the data shard, nobody can find the data shard. There's other players that have got lots of them. So it's a very different experience for all involved. And when it gets like that, it's great for some people, not so great for others. Especially when you're trying to get somewhere and get something done, even with testing, and you can't because the software just breaks down on you, or some element of it breaks down, or is not working, you know. But it's getting there slowly, and I guess you've just got to bide your time. This is year 14 of Star Citizen development. Year 14. You didn't mishear me. And you've got to wonder how much longer it's going to take them to get it to a stage where it's working and, you know, they can confidently add content without it being messed up or broken or in an incomplete state. I don't know if that's the plan. You know, I watched a video a few days ago where a guy reiterated what I've said for years, which is what incentive have CIG got to progress any further from what it is now? Because while they're making million, and they've made more than $30 million in IAE alone, you know, and that's like 2 weeks. They've made $30 million. You can generally round it off at about $100 million a month. And in 2 weeks of November and 3 days of December, they've made 30 million. So, yeah, they're not going backwards, are they? They're doing very well indeed. And when you're making that kind of revenue, you can hire who you like. You know, you could give Elon Musk a ring. Making 30 million over a 2 week period, you're ringing Elon Musk, hey, can I borrow a few of your techies to do some C programming so it'll fucking work properly? You know, we'll give you 10 million. It's 10 million? Yeah, sure, fucking hell, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, when Elon Musk was, you know, the rockets, they're reusable. They fly things into space and then they come back to Earth and land themselves. That was costing him 100 million each time. And CIG have made a third of that in 2 weeks on a computer game. Anyway, we're on our way to the Vision Centre now. There's not going to be anything new to look at. We're just going there just because IE is still on. And yeah, it's going to be all the same ships on shore, everything you've seen before, just a different day. Same shit, different day, as the saying goes. So again, this might not be a very long stream. Might be just a look at things that we haven't looked at before. You know, you've got to go there, you've got to be there. I'm wondering if they're giving out Spectrum, if CIG are giving out Spectrum badges this year, because they have done for the past 2 years, but I haven't heard any mention of a Spectrum badge this year. And I think for the past 2 years, you had to visit the exhibition centre on 5 separate days, so 5 different manufacturers, and then you got the Spectrum badge as a visitor, you know, which was cool. I think you might have got an IE coin as well in your hangar, but yeah, I'm not too sure about that. But certainly you got a Spectrum badge, but not this year. And you know, if you want to keep something going, then you do that year after year. But because I don't think there is one this year, you're going to be missing. You're going to be missing that Spectrum badge or whatever. And so, you know, you'll have 2953, 2954, no 55, and then maybe they'll pick it up again in 2956. And people in future, people will say, why isn't there a 2955? Oh, because CIG didn't bother with it that year. You think, well, why not when they've done it all other years? Who knows? Who knows? It's entirely up to them. You know, it's their ball game. We're just along for the ride and paying for the privilege, as it were. But it is what it is. It would be nice if it happened, but whoa. Why isn't this? There's no vision center. Why not? Maybe the server I'm on. It's 4:15. It's 16:15, so it should be here. But there's no. There is no vision center. Let me exit to menu. Oh, nice voice. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like Dean DeHaan trying to be fucking, what's his name? You know, John Carter. What's the actor called who did John Carter? Taylor Kitsch. We've got USA. And we'll try this again. Like I say, it might have just been this. I think we're on an EU server there. EU servers aren't generally as found to be as reliable as US servers. You know, going off past history, but who knows? If it's the same on another server, then I'm going to be questioning what's going on, because I'm looking at the schedule and it says day 11 to 14, November the 30th to December the 3rd is the finale. So I didn't note if there was any signs for the IAE. IE pomp and opulence, reeks of empire in decline. Sounds like a good headline. Right, so we're on US 1B 200 right now, and we'll try this one. Again, we go through, we've just spent 15-20 minutes, well, almost 20 minutes getting there, and we've got to do that all again. But this time I will see if there's any IEE signs and things like that, so. Because my question would be, if the, well, there's a different book on the floor now. There was 2 green books on in that exact spot before, and now there's 1 yellow book. Or 1 pea green book, whatever colour you want to call it. So the IE signs are here, and it does say November 20th to December the 3rd.
The next shuttle is approaching the station.
I'm a unicorn. My voice mustn't be working.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
But it might have just been a bugged
Please clear the hatch. Shuttle will be
server, a bugged instance. But we're not interested in that. We're not interested in finding a workaround or whatever. We just want to get there and do it. You know, I was part of a conversation on Spectrum this morning where people were talking about how great things look using the Vulkan. In fact, what renderer are we using on this? Where's it? Tell me the renderer. I think on live we're using DirectX, whereas on the PTU we're using Vulkan. Where is it? There's GPU mem, renderer, MT, I'll look at it later. I'm just about to get off the shuttle now. Oh yeah, graphics renderer, Direct 3D 11, GSRAA, right. Couldn't see it for looking. Couldn't see the wood for the trees. But yeah, I know on PTU we're using Vulkan and it looks absolutely gorgeous. The lighting and shading is so much more realistic. The depth of colours, it's really wonderful. So we'll try and jump on here. Nearly didn't get on. And this is what's funny. A lot of people are having problems using the Vulkan graphics. It stops them from logging in. There's all kinds of issues and errors. And one guy, I can't remember who it was. One guy said, "Oh, if you install the Vulkan SDK, the developers kit, then it works." And I'm thinking, well, that's got to be missing libraries. You know, libraries, dynamic link libraries on Windows, they tell one program how to use another set of software, whether that be an application or drivers or hardware or you know, anything related to being used in Windows. So yeah, I'm thinking if you're installing the developers kit, the Vulkan developers kit, and it's working, then obviously there's some libraries missing. And other people have found the same. You know, they couldn't even log in before, but now it's working perfectly. And I'm thinking, well, usually graphics card drivers include all of these, but you've got AMD and NVIDIA mostly. Some people use Intel graphics cards, but NVIDIA don't like open source, and they certainly don't like Vulkan. And over the years, everybody's been waiting for Vulkan to get on board. Everybody else is, even Microsoft, with Vulkan. And NVIDIA have just dragged their heels and, you know, yeah, we'll get around to it, and they haven't. And then when they did, it was like not even a half-hearted attempt. It was a begrudged attempt at releasing the software. And if you look at the website, it's like, oh yeah, this is the best thing ever. But the drivers are out of date for Vulkan. So you've got to go and get them from somewhere else. And it's just a shame because NVIDIA don't like open source because they're not in control of it and they don't make any money out of it. So why should they bother with it? Because NVIDIA are all about, you know, we'll sell you a $2,000 graphics card this month, and then next month we'll bring out one out that's better than the one you paid $2,000 for. So you'll have to pay another $2,500 for the one that's better. You know, they do that all the time. And it may be, you know, it may be good marketing. It may be a good way to make money, but it doesn't half piss the end user off when you're spending that much money on a graphics card, and then they keep, you know, they'll bring out the 6080, and then they'll bring out a 6070 plus that's better than the 6080. because they've been able to squeeze more transistors into the chip, and there's no vision center. I'm going to ask in So, silly me, I asked the question, you know, what's happening with the IAE, because there's no no link in the panel on in the elevators to get to the exhibition centre, and I've got the 20 questions, and everybody's now talking about all the ships that went on sale in the pledge store today, rather than, you know, told me to go look on the website. The website says it's on till the 3rd, and, you know, I should have known better than to ask people who don't give a flying fuck about anything other than what they want to talk about. And this is Evo Carty test flight testing chat. So let's get into the elevator with these guys and see what they do. So, where are we going? Somebody's calling the elevator here. And somebody said, where are the renting terminals? Well, the renting terminals are in the IAE exhibition hall. Should I try another server? I'm just looking on the website because it does. It says 2 days, 3 hours, 24 minutes. So it must be 1900. Must be 1900 on the 3rd of December when the IAE closes, because the where is it? Schedule, right. Yeah, it does. That's exactly what it says. So I don't know what to do. Shall I try another server? Shall I try? I've tried EU. I've tried USA. Let's try Asia or somewhere. Australia. Let's try one of those. But you know, it looks absolutely gorgeous. You see the rosemary trees and the lighting and all the beautiful surroundings. Let's try Asia. But you can't get to what you want to do because something's broken. So we'll try another server and go through that whole thing again. It's now almost 40 minutes since we logged in, and all we've done is waste our time. And this is my gripe, my argument with Star Citizen. Yes, it's still in development, but things like this shouldn't be happening. You know, okay, it's the end of IAE and CIG have generated plus $30 million in 2 weeks, well, in less than 2 weeks, from the event, but it should be working perfectly. You know, this is also a free fly where people who haven't bought a game package or put any amount of money into the project can come along, rent the ships, do exactly what you can do when you may have paid thousands of dollars into the project. I have a problem with that as well. You know, my suggestion would be, excuse me, to create a free fly server at which they can all have a go at that. You know, 700 slot server where free flyers can just log in, join in, might even put special events on for them, or give them a ship and say this ship is $50, and if you buy that as a game package, then you get to play the game or whatever. You know, there are ways and means of attracting new customers, and you can't really do that on a server that's got paying customers on it as well. You know, it's there's $3 here. You go to a sports event and you pay for your own special VIP box, and then at certain times Joe Public can use the same box, and you're like, well, what the fuck am I paying for? You know, and you see these free flyers flying around in Polaris ships and get out of my fucking way. Will you stop dancing about? Will you just fucking walk and stand like a normal person? For fuck's sake. Throw yourself out of the shuttle for all I fucking care. Jesus. You know, you'd seriously question it, wouldn't you? And free fly events, what they do is overload the system. And there has been times when free fly has just crashed the whole fucking game. And you're logging in every few minutes because it just crashes because the servers are on, what they say, the back end's on fire. Because of the amount of traffic that they're having to work with. You know, the workload, the data throughput is too great. So yeah, I would give free flyers their own server, and if there's 3,000 free flyers all want to log in and there's only 700 slots, then wait your fucking turn. Or keep on trying until you get online. But, you know, don't impact on the paying customer, or as CIG likes to call us, backers. Don't impact on them, because that wouldn't be, you know, why are they paying money to put up with people who haven't paid? Plus, you get a lot of people who are already backers creating what they call a free fly account, and then renting a ship and going out and griefing just for the fucking sake of it. Get out of the fucking way, woman. I don't know who that fucking player is, but they're fucking dumb as fuck. Honestly. Stupid fucks. So I'm going to try this again. And we'll see where it gets us. I'm not hopeful. I think it's a system-wide problem, having tried 2 servers already. But we'll give it another go. And CIG won't care. You know, they won't fix anything. It'll just be like this. Will it be like this for the next 2 days? Who knows? Or they may have done it on purpose to stop anybody renting more ships. But then, why is the event still on? You know, why is IE still got signs and all the offers on the pledge store? I think the Pioneer went up today with 10-year insurance. In fact, let's have a look at that while we're on the shuttle. Let's access the webpage and have a look at the Pioneer. Now, the war bond, wait for it. War bond is 752 British pounds. I don't know what that is in dollars. I'll work it out in a minute. So 752 is $995, and that's for the war bond. And then for the non-war bond, it's 843. Just let me. $1,116 for the Pioneer, which is a consolidated Outland ship, and just bear with me. It's got 1,000 SCU cargo, no missiles, no weapons, but it's got 5 turrets. And it's a mobile construction ship for whatever reason and purpose. So if you want to pay that amount of money for a ship that has no use yet, feel free. Thank you, mate. Thank you. I'm going to go look anyway. So he's shaking his head. And that tells me that the elevators aren't working. But we'll go have a look. For nothing. Right, so there's a bottle to pick up. And we won't pick the Vestal water up. However, we will this one's got 6% in it, so if we carry that and drink that, and just carry these over. Okay. God, I love this dust-up armour. He really is cool. I wish they'd bring it out in different liveries though. We've only got tactical and desert. You know, you want a white one for snowbound. You want a black one for covert ops. You might even want a camouflage one for jungle warfare. So, just bear with me. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to... no. I'm wasting your time by streaming this. It's obviously not working. And I've tried 3 different regions. And yeah, there's just no option to get to the vision center. So... something's wrong somewhere. Not for the first time this has happened. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is end the stream here. Maybe, I don't know. What should we do? Should we go take a test flight of the ships we've still got to test fly? Maybe take the Polaris for a spin or something. But for sure, it's what's that? Bottle of Vestal water. For sure, it's a disappointment. And you know, historically, CIG have never rushed to fix things like this, but they just let it roll, or let it burn, as the phrase might be. But here we have a shuttle for our convenience. Don't really know what to say. So check the website, make sure you've logged in properly, make sure you stored your ship, all that fucking bollocks. What people suggest as fixes is a complete fucking waste of time. And why people do this, I don't know. If somebody comes along with a problem and says, I've got this issue, how do you fix it? If I don't know the answer, or something that might lead to the answer, or the solution, I'm not going to waste the time. You know, why would visiting the website fix it? You know, the RSI website, why would visiting the site make any fucking difference whatsoever to this problem in Star Citizen? It wouldn't. So why? Why tell somebody to do that? It just doesn't make any sense. But this is what people do because they've got nothing better to do than talk shit. And this is why, even in Eva Carter, it's a fucking mess, because there's a lot of dickheads there who don't know what they're doing. They don't care what they're doing as long as they're getting to play the game before most other people. That's all they're fucking there for. I haven't got a fucking clue how to test software or care about testing. Like one guy yesterday, I was saying, like, how can a gunship have more fuel capacity than a armored dropship, a vehicle, a military vehicle dropship? And he's like, you're only fucking pissed off because your ship isn't as good as another one. And I said, well, actually, I own both. I own both ships. So what are you trying to say? You know, fucking dickhead. Yeah, yours isn't as good. You're just crying about it. And I'm thinking, what an arsehole thing to say. That's the kind of attitude, that's the kind of mentality from somebody who would say that. Because they don't know any better. They can't see any further than their own fucking wants and needs. And this isn't the first time this particular user has been a bitch, for want of a better description. And I wonder why. You know, he always used to be kind of cool, and now he's just a cunt. Bear with me. Be right back. Right. I am expecting a phone call. And I'm just going to mute everything when that arrives. But yeah, people don't have to come out with some shit, and they don't have to waste time. Now, I don't mind anybody wasting their own time, but when they're wasting mine, that is a totally different thing altogether. Be right back.
All visitors aboard the Orson Sky passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart. aUEC shuttle
All right. We are back. We are back. What was I going to do? Oh, and I had a crash while I was on the phone to speaking to my mate. The fucking game crashed. And I logged into Asia, right? This is the weird thing. That was an Asian server that I logged into. I chose Asia as the login. But when the client crashed, it locked me on USA. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. So something's weird is going on, but no matter. You know, we'll deal with it this way. That's cool. That's smoke coming out of there, but you see the smoke coming out of there, and then you move here, and it's not as yeah, it's a distance thing, isn't it? If you walk backwards, it fades, but yeah, whatever. It does look cool though. It does look cool. So yeah, just having a chat about a movie I watched last night, Predator Badlands, and I watched it, and it started off really good, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be cool, and then it sort of descended into silliness, and I wasn't as keen. I'm like, who the fucking hell makes a movie like this? We'll pick that up. That's wanted. Oh, come on, fucking turn round. What the fuck's going on here? You can't pick a bottle up and turn round, it won't let you. It's like focusing on the bottle that you're holding. Why? Oh, there's free ice cream. Let's pick that up. I'll have to take my helmet off for this. Chomp. Okay. Oh, and we've got some bottles down here. And you know what empty bottles means? Empty bottles means free drinks. Cool. Look, you can't do it again. You can't fucking turn. Well, that was somebody crashing. Okay. So, let's see if we've got any more. Not that I can see. But, some med pen. Chairman's Club over there. Alright, darling. You look fine in your Crusader armour. Let's have a see. We've got cans. Cans. Nobody's left burgers on the floor for me. I love it when they do. I love the chomp, you know, the crunch of the burger when you ram it in your face. And it makes me hungry. It really does. Now then, let's see what we've got left on this list. We've got the rented C2. Polaris. Extra large hangar. Well, it would have to be because the Polaris is so fucking big. I mean, it's massive. It arrives eventually. Now, I've never looked around a Polaris, Never flown a Polaris. However, I would have expected it to more or less fill the extra large hangar, but okay. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I know what I'm doing. It's probably the only time and chance I get to do this, so let's just Synergy Plus, and that's Synergy Plus. So if we move them over there and then carry that. And that's just turned that into a... Okay, weird, but fair enough. And then reopen it. We should have... There we go. Now then, what do I... No, we'll put them in there. Oh, this is what I want to do. So if I carry that, that should turn that one into a full one. And then the last one, close and open. And then carry. And then close and open again. And that should turn that into a full one. And I keep streaming this and I keep reporting it, but CIG just don't seem interested or concerned in fixing it. You know, I'm not doing it for the fun of it. I'm not doing it to benefit or gain, because I do buy the crews that I use. You know, I'm not looking to get something for nothing. I usually buy 12 bottles of crews everywhere I go, and keep them in the local inventory. But yeah, I just accumulate bottles, and this has been going on for quite a few years now, where you can just pick up empty bottles and turn them into full ones. But you need three to do that. You can turn, if you've got 2 empty bottles, you can turn one into a full one. How the fuck do you get into this ship? Look at the fucking size of that thing. Deep Star 6. Yeah, the most bad acting I've ever seen in my life. Look at the fucking size of that thing. Well, it's not that big. Elevator. Where's the elevator? Elevator here. Now then. How do you... There must be a way of doing this. All right. How the fuck do you get on it? Just bear with me. Just bear with me. can't see it being at the back because the back of the ship is the engines and stuff. And hang on, ramp access. Docking collar. Ramp access, it says it's here, but there's no fucking way I'm gonna be reaching up there, am I? Oh, wait a minute. Elevator. Yeah. Right. Got it. Okay. When you know, you know. Right, so we want to go bridge. Okay. It's a bloody big ship, isn't it? Humongous ship. I think I have been in the Polaris. I remember this. So fucking awesome. And that's the captain's seat. That's the pilot's seat. Co-pilot's seat. I don't know what that is, but so what can the captain do? Does he just bark orders out like James T. Kirk? Exit. Is that all you've got? Is one exit? Oh, power on. Power toggle, thrusters toggle I. Aye. Target status. Scanning, configuration, communications, power management. So engines are on. Shield generator is on. But no. I'm going to turn that off. Control drives. Right, so get out of the seat. I'm guessing you're going to have to be in the pilot's seat to fly this thing. It's kind of cool. Okay. So before I I'm wondering, shall I have a look around first? I think I've had a look around it, but what we'll do is set a course for Lawville, sorry. Little Lawville. And now I wonder how much fuel this has got. and that's cool as. That is really cool. So let's point it up into the air.
Enjoyed your time here, Orson, and you have a pleasant rest of your journey.
I like that. That's cool. Let's get it up here. And I'm not surprised it's only got 145 meters a second speed for a ship this size. Although in space that doesn't really matter, but in atmosphere, yeah, you don't want a ship of, it's got much more surface area than a smaller craft. And the whole idea of aerodynamics is reducing the surface area in such a way that it benefits what you're trying to do, whether that's go through the air at fastest or stick to the ground best or whatever. Not that I'm an aerodynamicist, it's just you know, what I've picked up from like different aircraft manufacturers and Formula One. Let's just move this slightly out of the way so we don't fucking crash. But that's cool, that like path. That's really cool. So 3 weeks later we're up to 92. I'm guessing that's thousands of meters. Okay, looks like ships are just being abandoned. Maybe people take off in them and think, nah, fuck it, and then go, but just log out. I don't know. But why are there so many abandoned ships in the air? Would be a great question. So your trajectory, let's do this. Let's just give it 30 seconds or so. I know what I'm doing, I'm just waiting for the clock to get to 0 so I can time this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. So now is the test to Hurston. Just bear with me. Oh god, this is so fucking slow. But it's a huge ship. It's massive. It looks awesome. It looks like a stellar predator, you know, the Polaris. You get ships like this, you're really gonna, you know, you're really gonna take it into battle. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, ignition, 4, 3, 2, 1, away we go. And that's kind of cool. It is. Can I see I can't really see myself in the pilot seat, but I'm there. Look at all the turrets, man. And the forward facing guns. That's great. I like the shape of it. It is very RSI-ish, isn't it? With the engines. In fact, while we're in quantum, be right back. 30 seconds. And we're back just in time. So that is not a bad quantum speed, to be honest. That is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Yeah. And the cooldown time is phenomenal. Let's see if we can land this thing. Da 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 da. Oh, here we are. That's Hurston, Lawville. Sorry, go on, close that down. Jesus. And it's very quiet. But then again, the engines are way behind you. But I'm guessing, wait a minute, yeah, it slows down really well. So I do love that leading trajectory graphic. It's really cool, very futuristic. And even in nav mode, I'm only reaching 250 meters a second, which is great. So it's very slow, but it's a huge fucking ship. You don't want to be traveling around at enormous speeds in a ship this size. Lovely, so beautiful at night. I love all the yellowy gold and orange. He deserves shooting down, Jesus. And him. And him. Oh, he's okay. He's in salvation. But he's in a fucking, what they call it, ox, drake, ox thing. Right, so I'm gonna put it into and then I'm gonna request landing. You can't land here in that thing.
I'm assigning you a path that should be suitable.
Yeah, where is it? Here it is. This should be funny. Right, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to get on an external view. And can I? No, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, and it auto lands. Nice. So this is a very large hangar at Hurston, at Lawville, sorry.
Touch that. Welcome to Lawville.
So, excuse me. How much are we being? That's not bad. That's not bad for a ship this size. I would have thought it would use a lot of quantum fuel, but 1.3k. I'm paying that for the Asgard or the Constellation. You know, a ship that is dwarfed by this one. So anyway, let's. Is the power off? I can't see. There's no point in having target there. You want ship operations for the pilot. Right, so the engines are off. All right. Impressive ship. It looks the part. It very much does, and I love this bridge. What's this about? Is it just for sure you've got your fire extinguisher ready for when the bullshit engineering hits you? I'm guessing they're escape pods. Elevator access. Anything on this side? Oh, this is like the armory, yeah. Gun racks all over, which is what you want. And I bet you can sit on there, yep. Yeah, nice. Nice. This looks like a captain's ready room, which I would have thought if these are these escape pods, they would be better in the centre of the ship, and the captain's ready room would be better nearer the bridge. Oh, he's got his own little bunk. No appropriate item. I don't know what they would be, but got emergency lighting on, auxiliary lighting. That's kind of cool. That is cool. Let's have a see what's through here, and we've got turret. These are not bad. These have got good tracking on them. These aren't slow. You'll be able to, yeah, you'll be able to track the fastest of fighters with these babies. Let's have a. Okay, that's enough of that before we get arrested. And it still says in the top right of my screen, Grace Shiv Exaga. Yeah, it's really, and that'll be another turret, I'm guessing, on the other side. Yeah, same thing, just port and starboard. Right, what's this? Yeah, okay. What is this? And that's the fuse. Okay. Why the fuck are they filling this? So that's 2 SCU. They're putting a bathroom in every fucking. No. What is this, a 5-star fucking hotel? For a ship this size, you would have not a lot of bathrooms. Oh god. Okay. So basically, how many have you got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 crew bunks here, and 5 bathrooms. Now, is this going to be the fucking same? No. This is the mess hall, obviously. Chessboard, just like in the Mercury Star Runner. God, I would not like to come up against one of these in battle. Fuck me. We've just been in here. So crew quarters, mess hall, cargo bay. That can't be the cargo bay. Cargo bay must be on the deck below. Armory, captain's quarters, escape pods. You don't have the fucking escape pods in between the crew quarters and the bridge. So this is the hangar. God, you can fit quite a large ship in here. It's got to be a medium hangar as that. Maybe you could probably get a clipper in here, but without the doors closed. Yeah. Do we have to press the button to get out? Right, thank you. So what we got here? It's another turret. More escape pods, I think. Emergency escape, right. So where is the emergency escape? Let's open this. So that goes into the hangar. What's this? Brig. So if you walk in there and yeah, make it nice and dark. Cell 1 and cell 2. It's just got, it's just like a prison cell, isn't it, with a bed and a sink and a toilet. Can you sit in this chair? Yes, you can. So what have we got? Not a lot. Cameras on the beds. Yeah, and it even shows the lighting up. Like if you put the put this on emergency and then go back to, yeah, that's cool. I love that. That's great. Yeah. Let's go around the other side. It's a fucking big ship, isn't it? That's downstairs, so you've got stairs both sides. It's a mess hall. Surprised the mess hall is on the top deck as well. Because on the top deck of a ship you have like officers stuff. So you'd have the maybe the bridge crew, you know, unless there's two mess halls. Anyway, we've got another turret and then escape pods. Yeah, emergency doodah. And what's this? Med bay. Right. Really interested in this one. Medical. So, what have we got here? Okay. So you've got, I'm guessing these are T1 med beds. Oh no, T2. What? Fucking ship this size, T2 beds. Okay. Well, that's fairly alright. What's on the, oh, the screens aren't illuminated. What we got here? Oh, the good old spinny thing for an engine or whatever it is. Gravity, is this the open? Okay, component access. Ish, okay. Right, so another elevator, call elevator. And it comes up from below. So we've got hangar, engineering, cargo bay. Right, okay, well let's, if we go engineering, excuse me, I'm guessing, yeah, so where we've just come up, so there's a lot going on there, isn't there? Engineering terminal. Looks like the warp drive out of the Starship Enterprise. And I'm betting nobody stole any ideas from that one. So, cargo bay. This isn't the goddamn cargo bay. Engineering terminal again. Engineering terminal again, coming soon. Okay, and another engineering terminal. Alright, looks really, really impressive. And yeah, that reminds me of, you know, the singularity that 7 of 9 was interested in finding. It reminds me of that. I'm guessing this is just a mirror image of the other side, with the engineering terminals coming soon. Okay. Right. So this isn't cargo bay, this is engineering. But the elevator said cargo bay. This is the cargo bay. No fucking way would you have one door between engineering and cargo bay. No way. So although I applaud and laud the designers excuse me, of the Polaris, it's fucked up. It is not how, you know, imagine you were in engineering and you needed an escape pod, right? Where are the escape pods? Oh, they're up near the bridge. What the fuck? What, so you mean if there was something on fire about to explode in the cargo bay and it was going to put a massive hole, if not destroy the ship, then I would have to go through it or over it all the way to nearly the bridge to an escape pod? Yeah. And my first question would be, who in the right fucking mind designed this ship? Yeah. I don't know what value or standard of logic they work on at CIG, but they need to go back to fucking school and learn some common sense and intelligence. There's the main elevator, right. What are these then? Torpedoes or... You know, if you had, say, I don't know, let's take a guess. Military vehicles, fuel, containers, ordnance, weaponry in the cargo bay of a ship like this. Unless you were using it for transporting titanium to fucking Lyria, which I bet some people will. Let's have a look forward. So we've got more engineering. God, you're gonna need, oh, and that is, I'm guessing that's the bottom turret. Let's have a look at this. Jesus. Yeah, this is slower than the other turrets, but fuck me, I wonder what kind of guns they are. I bet they pack a right punch. 800 and... What? Are these scatter guns then, or... Big guns. I mean, that turret is about the same size as a fucking Salvation on its own, isn't it? Without the guns. Okay, very World War II bomberish as well. I mean, on the in the 30th century, you probably wouldn't have manned turrets. You know, like Star Wars on the Millennium Falcon. They'd be remote or automatic. You wouldn't necessarily need a person tied up in firing a turret. But, you know, immersion and all that, if that's the way it is in the Star Citizen universe, fair enough. Right, so, I've got the main elevator there, which if we call the main elevator, it's not that complicated a ship, it's very easy to get around. I mean, it's much easier than so exit ship or bridge, so we'll come out of that. It's much easier than the Idris. I got fucking lost on the Idris. But loader room. Let's have a see. Okay, a ladder. Loader room. Or did it say loader or ladder? Must be the docking port. And one each side. Right, okay. Okay. Because this is, well, the med, isn't this the med bay? No, this is a mess hall. Med bay's around the other side. I need a drink. But yeah, what an impressive ship. I mean, it's big. It's got a lot of stuff on it. But like I say, the location of certain things, the med bay, you would have very near the entrance exit somewhere that's very accessible. But yeah, it's the escape pods that are right at the front of the ship near the bridge that get me. I mean, you know that area where the torpedoes are? Well, that would be a fairly sort of, even dotting them around the ship, so, you know, 2 here, 4 there, 4 in another place. Just for whatever the crew requirements are. But I think this, compared to the Idris, is a hell of a lot easier to get around. It's easier to get around than a fucking hammerhead. Hammerheads are weird. Right, so I'll put that back on. And then reopen this. Split that. Okay. So, that's the hangar. How do you open the hangar bay door? Or does that have to be done by the pilot? There we go, that should be the med bay. Oh no, it's the brig. I'm the wrong way. I know where I'm going. Right. Okay. No, we won't exit here. We won't exit from here. We'll exit from the cargo bay. We'll try and might as well go straight through the hangar. Actually, it's quicker. Excuse me. Because I want to read that door that says. I thought it said loader room, but it must have said ladder room. So we got one at the other side as well. No. I don't quite know what that is. It says maintenance access. All right. So where's the? Now I'm lost. Yeah, that's it. So is there one at the other side? Excuse me. Yeah, there is. Right, okay. So let's drop down here. Just to end us up in the cargo bay. And it does say ladder room. I thought it said loader room. And I thought, oh, you're going to keep Now that's neat. That is neat. So if you call the elevator, yeah, right. And then this is a very, very cool ship. I can imagine quite a few orgs will be clubbing together, buying one of these, and that's not good, is it? I fell into the fucking hole for the elevator. So where's the... Oh, right. For some reason I thought it would be an elevator, an up and down elevator, but it's not. But if you think about it, you're going to be driving MTCs and Nova tanks up there, so yeah, that's a really nice ship. That I am more so than the Perseus. This is a much better ship, but then again, they're both built by RSI, but the Polaris is something else. Very impressed with that. Very impressed. Excuse me. What a ship. What a ship. Well, having seen it up close and seen some of the armament on it, there is no way, even in a C2, I wouldn't even be trying to ram that. I would die easily. Let me store this.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval.
And where is it? There it is. Store that.
Vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Please visit us again.
Impressive. Impressive, actually. While I'm here,
Welcome.
let me deliver the C1. Deliver that. Request delivery. And then wanna go to vehicles and C1. Why have I got a... Oh God, it's the cargo. So it's grey with yellow highlights, and that is the Spirit. which is what I want. So it's a Boreal, Ultraflux, Jaeger, and Full Stop. I am going to take a screenshot of that. Just bear with me, because I've been looking at some websites, which, you know, this is the best loadout, and none of them are the best fucking loadout. They're all a compromise. And one guy says, "Oh, you need to go full stealth, and then missiles won't hit you." And the other guy says, "This is not a PvP ship, so you're going for speed and shield power." Well, you don't get shield power with stealth components, and you're not going to be using it for PvP. If you did, it would be against an equally shit ship for PvP. Because it's right, this isn't a PvP. The Spirit is not a PvP ship, but I wish to God somebody would explain the benefits and drawbacks of certain components and why they choose them, other than this is the best you're going to get, so fit it. Because that just doesn't do it for me. Right, so let me... Okay, so... and the weapons, we are dealing with M5s, which, yeah, I'm going to change them fuckers. Put some Panthers on or something. I want to get out of here. In fact, no, I don't. I want to... This server is slow. The server is really slow. Right, so we've got 15 in there. Let me just check this. I've got all my shit that I need to get rid of. I should never have gone out and collected all them. Brilliant. Absolutely wonderful. I bought the, I don't know what they call it, but I got the hazard pack. Which included a Sterling hazard suit and the hazard paint for the Spirit, and yeah, it just looks so good. Looks so fucking awesome. Gonna hate to look in here now. There's fucking loads of paints, and Luminali's coming up, and I hope to God they give you, or no, if they give you the presents, the same paints as they gave last year, what's the fucking point? I mean, half of last year's, you know, the 12 days of Christmas, and they give you 12 different gifts. I think fucking 6 of them were paints, to encourage you to buy the ships that you've now got the paints for, which is stupid. But there you go. What do we got here? Atlas and an Odyssey. Well, the Atlas is for the Pisces, and the Odyssey, I don't know. What's the Odyssey for? We've got 2 Badger repeaters. We should have some more guns somewhere. And 2 Bulldogs, right. Okay. Hey? Where the hell's that come from? Intrepid Epoch livery. Oh, it's with the Geist, not Geist, Dust Devil. I bought that paint pack as well. Spent quite a lot of fucking money at this IE. In fact, I'm expecting a call from a bank manager to tell me that he's going to put a contract out on me. I'm only joking. But yeah, I got the ships I wanted, and what I didn't factor into the equation was the Salvation. That hit me like a bolt out of the blue. Salvation I bought to upgrade to another ship, and I liked it that much. I thought I need to keep this ship, so I bought a second Salvation. But it was I could only buy one game package. They're limited to one per backer, so I couldn't buy two game packages. I had to buy a game package and a standalone ship. Right. Oh God, I need to get out of here. That gives me fucking vertigo. Just that size, that hangar that size. I mean, I'd be suffering from agoraphobia in 3 minutes looking at that fucker. Right, Jesus spaceport. Hexagon's large hangar. That's where I want to go. Now what containers have I got here? I think I took them all with me, or maybe I didn't. I've got some missing, haven't I? Oh no, yeah, okay. So I've got 4 SCU, some 1 SCUs. In fact, I've got 5 1 SCU. Where the fuck am I? Oh, whatever. I don't really need anything to take anything with me. Wouldn't mind some heavy armors though. I think that I stole that off a player. He dropped it on the floor, and I picked it up off the floor, and then he came back looking for his fucking helmet, and I'd whipped it. Not my fault. Finders keepers. I've got all this shit, haven't I? Have I got any? I have. I've got Corbel arms. So I've got a full Corbel suit. Some other shit as well. Halcyon and the patina. I think the Halcyon's cool. In fact, no, I'm not even going to bother with this, because I want to make dinner and then go watch a movie or something. So what I'll do is get the Spirit out and yeah, retrieve that. Well, they got that ship out quick, didn't they? Huh. I mean, it is a wonderful animation. It just takes too long, like everything else in Star Citizen. You can't get anything done quickly in Star Citizen. Right, so this is a brand new ship, first time out of storage. Flew the ship during IAE, and I was that impressed with it. I thought I could really do with one of these, but I've already got like a Cutlass Black, which is in the same sort of ballpark as this. But this one, it has a tractor beam like the Cutlass Black. It's got more internal storage, it's quieter, and it's a hell of a lot fucking quicker. And I love this internal door. So if you had cargo in there, you could close this internal door and then open the ramp, and anybody outside looking to steal shit couldn't do it. I mean, I think it's fucking great. Is this? So it's got no lock on it, which is fine. But yeah, it's just the ship itself is not that difficult to get into. It's only got one entrance, which is the ramp. And some people would say, if I was in my early days of Star Citizen, I would see that as a problem. That's why I love the Avenger. You've got two ways of getting into it. And a lot of the time when I parked and the ramp didn't touch the floor and I'd got off the ship and then couldn't jump back onto it, I could use the ladder to get into the cockpit. But, you know, a few years down the line, and I'm making sure I always park sensibly. But this is, what a wonderful ship this is. And I'm really glad I got hold of one. Not to mention the... oh, I thought it wasn't going to turn on then. I was just going to say, this sold me a lemon. It's the colour of a lemon, but that's the hazard paint that I got for it, and it's a bit bright. Ooh, I'm under the floor now. This is cool. I won't be able to do that again, watch. Oh, I can. I love it when Star Citizen proves me wrong. But yeah, that's the hazard paint, and I just like it because it's a bit different. And I might even, there's another paint, but it's dark grey on top and white underneath, and I'm thinking, what is the fucking point of making a ship dark on one side, light on the other? You know, what you're going to do? You know, it's not a PvP ship, so you'd think paint it white underneath so it's the same colour as the sky, to give it some camouflage against the backdrop of a cloudless day, or you know, make it dark so that it's not easily seeable against the void of space. But I guess it doesn't matter. You know, it's a very different paint job than what I would usually choose, but I thought, why the hell not? And we'll be looking to get this slightly updated. I want a different quantum drive in it, and I want to get the guns changed over from M5s over to Panthers, because the M5's powerful as fuck, but I want something that fires faster for taking out stuff on the ground, especially enemies. What am I going to use this for? Probably bunkers. When Star Citizen gets to a stage where it's going to be reliable all day, every day, I'll be going around doing bunkers, looting it for all I can get.
Engines on. Quantum fuel 100%. Launch complete.
But it's the speed and just the quietness of the ship and all its other little functionality, bits and bobs, that I'm really happy with.
Remember, Hurston Dynamics is always looking for hard workers. Please consult our job board if interested.
Okay. Have you got a sister? All right. And it's stable. That's another thing that I find with the ship. You know, it's not really affected by turbulence, and I guess that's. It's not a delta wing configuration, but it's going on that way, and that maybe that helps it with stability in the atmosphere. In fact, let's jack that up, and you know, it's like I say, it's not exactly delta wing, but the wings are not level or raised like on most aircraft. But this ain't an aircraft, it's a spaceship. It's just so fucking quiet. But that paint job just says, shoot me. Here I am, shoot me.
Shields off. Quantum travel engaged.
Thank you.
Quantum travel complete.
Yeah, great looking ship. Really great looking ship. I remember when Mavdog bought one, and I said, "Oh my God, that's one of the best looking ships in the game." He showed it me, and I said that, and then he said, "Yeah, I bought it." And I thought, "Fucking nice one." Yeah, I think he got them either in concept or when it first came out, but he was one of the first people I knew to buy the Spirit.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Roger. Roger, Roger.
Shields on.
And it's so manoeuvrable. That's another thing about this ship. Like I say, I tested quite a few ships out of the ones that I was interested in. And the Spirit just, yeah, I know some people say, oh, I should have gone for a Zeus. No. No, 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 no. I should not have gone for a Zeus. Oh, you should have gone for the A one, not the C one. Then you could drop bombs on people. Well, the C one's half the fucking price an A one is, and I don't understand why. To be honest. You know, if I was really interested in going around bombing people, I would buy an A2.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Because me and Jojo and several others, Captain Chameleon, had a lot of fun in the A2. I bought it for, I think it was like 10 million or something. Then I spent another 5 million upgrading the bastard, and it fucking owned. It was unbelievable. Really, really powerful. Really powerful. Right, so are the engines off? I can't tell because it's on a stupid targeting screen. Yeah, engines are off. In fact, where is... I don't know what that is. Sounds to be coming from over here. But yeah, what a ship. What a great little ship. I'm glad I got that one. In fact, no, that's fucking wrong. I want self status on this side, and I want power management on that side. And the because it's a two-man ship, the thing is in the middle. I suppose I can live with that. I'm just used to it being in the centre because I fly single seat ships, single pilot ships. Okay, so let's get out of this and do the do. But yeah, one of the big selling points. Well, I can't honestly. There isn't one single factor that made me think I need one of these, but the door in between the rear ramp and the cargo bay is great. Who's this? Dev ecosystem. The ARM dev ecosystem. What do they want? No, I don't want to work on that. It's a fucking game. Forget that. Yeah, here's me on Star Citizen, and they've got some friends who are developers in the ARM ecosystem, software developers, and they're working on a game, and no thanks mate, cheers, but no. Right, so where are we? Let's shut this door again. So you can, come on, close this. You can close that, then you can open the ramp, and if anybody's outside, they're not going to get access to the cargo bay, which I think is great. But this ship isn't, you know, it's not very well armoured. It'll go down in a fight quite easily, but it's fast. It is really fast. So you've got that benefit in you. But it just looks so fucking good. And I like the yellow and black of this paint job. There is another yellow paint for it. But when I saw that this had this sterling suit as well, I'm like, okay, I can pay 50k, 60k for a sterling suit and a backpack, or I can spend $20 on a paint job and a sterling suit. So that's what I did. Anyway, brilliant. And it's still grey Shiv Exarga in the top right hand corner. I wonder when that will go away, if ever.
To the aSOC vehicle retrieval system.
Why is my expedition unknown? My salvation's in Orison. What I'm going to do is I'm going to claim that one.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Right, fine, thank you. I get a bit worried when my Pisces expedition is unknown, because I'm thinking, where the hell did I leave it? It's usually got 2 containers in it for emergencies, two SCU containers, and I use it as a taxi for emergencies. So we'll store the. No, we better claim that. I don't know what the hell's happened to that.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
That's the one I took to Levski to do the Nix missions with Sammers and Bad Cows that I crashed horribly first time. Went way too fast. I'm like, Jesus, I'm not going to stop, I'm going to crash. Bang! There we go. In fact, I spun round for about 3 seconds and then it fucking exploded. So yeah, I've just got my salvation at Orison. But what I'm going to do tomorrow is take this rented C1 over to Orison, see if the exhibition hall is working, because it's not today, and go from there. But anyway, that's going to be the end of the stream. Thanks very much for watching. Not that it was anything near exciting, but yeah, apologies on behalf of CIG for not being able to get into the exhibition halls. Couldn't do anything about that. Did we try 3 or 4 different servers? Complete waste of time. Anyway, until next time, take care of yourself. Thank you very much, and goodbye for now.